So email is going to be the most important thing that you guys need to focus on to raise capital for your deals. It doesn't matter what kind of deals you're doing, multifamily, real estate, single family, fix and flip, if you're buying apartment buildings, or if you're buying duplexes, triplexes, or even businesses. If you're buying businesses also, you need to learn how to raise money, right? So how do you guys raise money from private investors? This is probably one of the highest leverage skill that you guys can learn, so you can grow your acquisitions and grow your assets under management. So this video is going to help you understand why email is actually the most important thing that you guys need to focus on, because email is a written language. It's a form of communication that is very intimate, and it goes to your list one by one, but you can send it to them one to many. You can send it to them. You could have 500 people on your BCC, right? When you send an email, there's this BCC. It's basically, it's blind carbon copy. So that's where you put all of your contacts in that category. So you don't put them in the two. If you put them in the two, they're all gonna see each other, so it's gonna be really awkward. You want them to feel like it's only being sent to them, but you're actually sending it to 500 or 1,000 people. Now, if I backtrack a little bit, let me go back. What, maybe you don't have a list to email, maybe you don't have people at all. Well, I highly doubt that. Even if you start with 5, 10, 20, 30 people, I'm sure you have their emails, so you could send it out to them. Now, here's the thing though. What if you don't have people with money? So that's the thing. For you guys to focus on getting investors contacts, you need to understand what attracts investors. Why would they give them your email? How do you get their email? Okay, so figure out the how. How do you find them, and how do you get their email, right? So think about it in whatever industry you're in. Let's say you're in real estate and you want to raise money. How does your investor think? What do they want? Why would they invest in your deal? Think about it. So most of the time, what I found for me, okay, because I raise money for real estate mainly, is they really, really, really love off-market deals. Okay, those two words, off-market, if I put that in my subject headline, they go crazy, they go bananas, and they give me their emails. Okay, so that is the biggest thing for me. Now, I'll give you a little insight on this. Actually, any industry, whatever deal you're doing, those two words, off-market, are the biggest things that investors really, really, really like. Okay, so why off-market? What is off-market? Off-market just means it's not listed online, it's not with a real estate agent, or it's hidden, it's a private deal. So why are these deals so attractive to these investors? Well, because think about it, it's not up for grabs to the public, right? So it's a hidden deal that only you have. So you have full control on this gem. So think of off-market deals as gold. So you have gold. Now, to mine that gold and turn it into cash, you need to either find a investor, partner with them, or you could just sell that deal to them, and that's called wholesaling. So that is the biggest thing I've found is off-market deals. Now, this expands our conversation. How do you find off-market deals? Well, let's just stick to this conversation for now on how to get investors, and then we'll get to that. So if you have an off-market deal, you're going to attract these investors like flies, like bees for honey. Okay, and you don't have to take my word for it, just try it out. So once you have an abundance of these investors coming to you, then you can capture their contact info. So what is a lead? A lead is anyone who gives you their information for you to contact them, right? So if they give you their phone number, if they give you their email, if you have their social media, their Instagram, their Facebook, that's a lead, right? So you collect these people, preferably grab their phone number and their email. Those two things that you need to raise money. Boom. Now you're ready to raise money. So how do you raise money from these people? You need to communicate with them. You need to tell them that the deal is good and that they should invest with you. So how do you do this in a way that comes from a position of power? So you don't want to be begging for money from these people. Please invest with me. Please give me 200,000. I promise it's a great deal. You want to come from a position of power. So how do you do that? So the reason why email is so important is because your words have a huge impact on readers, the way they read. So think about it. Books have stood the test of time, right? There's been books that still gets quoted for thousands of years. And words are they're binding. There's something special about words. And the second reason why email is so powerful is because you could send it out at a mass scale. Okay, you can send it to 300, 500, 1,000 people if you wish to do so. If you call people, you can't call 1,000 people at once. It's kind of impossible. So I would combine both calling them and emailing them. Okay, so now which order? First, email them. I would email them first and then call later, because you want the call to be productive. If the call is just to chit chat and explain what the deal is about, you are going to eventually end up having to send them the email anyways, right? So send the email first. That way, when you jump on the call with them, it's much more productive and you're saving everybody time. And the call is to solidify what you wrote on the email using your voice, build that trust, and then potentially meet them in person if you choose to meet them in person, or jump on a Zoom call or a online Google Meets, whatever. So when you send the email, it has to be such a simplified language. Okay, so when you communicate your deal to them or your investment opportunity, it has to be such a clear, concise, easy to understand language. The thing is, people are so, especially nowadays, we are bombarded with so many things. We're so distracted. Your email has to explain the deal so simply, in simple language. You don't want to say IRR. You don't want to say these insane jargon, because even if people understood that, even if you're emailing someone who has 300,000 to invest with you, they might still, like, it'll use too much brain power to understand your email. You know what I mean? So you want your email to not consume any brain power for them. It needs to communicate in a way that is almost like you're texting them. Okay, so that is the biggest tip. Send an email as if you were sending them a text. So how do you do this? Now, you need to establish a frame of organization in your language. So of course, the first part is, hey, my name is your name. If they don't really know you, right, give a little introduction on who you are and what your intention is with the deal. So I usually say, hey, my name is Ryan. I have an off-market deal where we could joint venture together with a 50-50 split or a 60-40 split, whatever the split is that you're proposing. So they bring in the cash, you bring the deal. What equity percentage do you want to keep for finding the deal? And you want to add some sort of value on top of finding the deal. You might want to, if you're buying real estate, you probably want to help out with property managing, or if you want to manage the property manager, right? You're the boots on the ground, because maybe the deal is 20 minutes from where you live. Okay, so you need 2 points of value for you to bring that value to your investor, and for it to make sense for them to invest with you. Okay, so you need 2 points of value. The first one is always the deal, of course. You need a second one. Second one, not just the deal. If you bring just the deal, they're just gonna buy you out. They're just gonna give you a fee. But if you want to stay in the deal and get equity ownership, have a second piece of value to yourself. Okay, so that is the first line of the email, right? State your intent very clearly. State your intent. Hey, let's do a 50-50. You bring in the money, I bring the deal, and I manage the deal. Okay, boom, first part. So that way they know exactly what they're reading. So further that, what makes a good proposition is you need to take whatever total characters you have. Let's say the total amount of email is, let's say, 1,000 characters. The less characters, the stronger it is. Okay, the more potent it is. So you need to make your email as short as possible. Like I said, just like a text. You're not gonna send a text that's this long. No one's gonna read it. How do you send your text? You send text like this much and this much and this much, right? So that's how you break up your email. The first line, maximum of, I don't know, maybe 2 sentences, 3 sentences. That's it. Okay, and then the next paragraph, you jump into more details of the deal. If it's real estate, you tell them how many doors, where's the location, if it's fully occupied, etc. But don't go too crazy. Okay, don't go into details of the roof is a pitched roof. What I'm trying to say is, don't go too in depth with the details, because the point of the email is just to get them to read the entire thing and use as little brain power as possible for them. Okay, so and then further that, you want to close your email always with a call to action, a CTA. Okay, a CTA, call to action. You tell them to give you a call. That is the call to action. Always point them back to your cell phone. That's how you do your deals. It's through your cell phone, but first you send an email. Okay, point them to your phone so you guys speak, you talk, and then from there you use your who you are to close the deal. Okay, so that's why email is so important. It's so powerful for you guys to leverage, and you guys should start using it. Now, a lot of people, of course, you guys are using email to raise money, but you're not doing it the right way. I've seen a lot of people put together insane PowerPoint presentations, 20 slides. They attach 50 different attachments. Do you really think the investor is going to go through all of that? Even if your deal is absolutely insane, that is not how you communicate effectively to your investor. So what I would suggest is a maximum of 2 attachments. One, maybe a photo of the deal. If it's, again, let's stick to real estate, a photo of the building or the house. And then the next one is your analysis on the numbers. And I could go into the numbers as well, because you don't want to, again, you don't want to confuse, you don't want to overwhelm your investor with 5 different sub tabs in your spreadsheet. Okay, so you want to make it so simple to where it's just a 1-page, 1-tab Excel spreadsheet of your numbers, and that's it. The total amount of cash they need for the deal, the rents, the expenses, and then there's your NOI. After the NOI, you have your mortgage payments, and then after that is your total cash left, your cash flow. That's all you need to share with them. You don't need to go into 5-year projections, 10-year projections. We don't even know what's gonna happen in 5-10 years, and so you gotta make it so stupidly simple. I have a cash flow analysis matrix that I made myself, and this morning a real estate agent sent me a deal using my cash flow analysis matrix. He It's so funny. He attached on the email a deal. It's like a 6-unit apartment building, and he used my what I made, and I responded to him. I said, "Hey, you're so funny. You stole my you stole my cash flow analysis matrix." And he responded. He said, "Haha, I guess we're partners now." What? So this guy just stole my. Anyways, so make it so good that people steal your intellectual property. Okay. So I'm not too impressed with the guy, but I wish him all the best. So the point I'm trying to say is you want to optimize your email strategy. That way you can actually get your point across and people call your phone. And that way, when people do call you, they're already ready to go. They have the money, they've read the deal. Now all you have to do is just close them, and they just want to know you and trust you. And that's pretty much it, right? So to recap, make your emails so stupidly simple that it's kind of like a text message. Don't attach too many things, just have 1 or 2 attachments, and then send it at a mass volume. I'm talking minimum 200, 300 people per send. Now Gmail has a limit to 300 people per 24 hours, so use the entire 300, right? Send it to 300 people, and I guarantee you, you will fund your deal, whatever deal it is you're looking for. Now this leads me to, how do you find these people to email? I just mentioned it in the beginning of this video. You give them something that they want. So what I've found in my industry, people really love off-market deals. So if they want off-market deals, guess what? You find those deals, you find those off-market deals, and you present it to them. So they give you their information, their cell phone and their email. So now how do you find these off-market deals? So there's a lot of how-to and how do we do this. Personally, how I find my off-market deals is through marketing strategies. I use digital marketing to get an abundance of off-market deals. Now, it doesn't mean just because it's an off-market deal, it doesn't mean it's a good deal. But it's a good starting point, okay? So it's a good starting point to have an off-market deal, but it doesn't always mean it's a good deal. So that's why you gotta have a bunch of them. Now, once you have a deal, you put it in front of these people. Now, where do you find these people? I suggest using social media because it is the way to reach an abundance of people 24/7, right? You could be in your car driving, but if you use social media, you will find hundreds, thousands, millions of people who are looking for deals that you have. So use social media. Also you could also go to in-person events and stuff like that. It's a little bit more, it's a slower progress. It's, you got to go to a lot of different events. And most of the time, those people going to events, they're also looking for money. So you guys are kind of all looking for money from each other, but you both don't have money. So it's kind of useless. But it's good to learn and connect with people. So that's why I recommend using social media, digital marketing, so you could reach an abundance of people and put your deals in front of them. Okay? So I hope everything I said made sense. I hope it helped, and gave you a new sense of appreciation for what you could actually do to raise money for your deals. And so make sure your deals make sense, and I hope you guys enjoy. If this helped, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, because why not? And then yeah, hope to see you guys soon.